The last type of factoring we are going to go over is going to be when you have a trinomial and the highest exponent is 4. So it looks just like our normal quadratic, 3 terms, 1, 2, 3, but instead you're going to notice there's a fourth power, second power, and then no power. That is the last special case of factoring we're going to go over for polynomials. Okay, so how we do this is we're going to use what's called substitution. You learned this back with systems. This is a strategy that you will revisit in pre-calculus and calculus, so it is very important to realize what is happening when it is substitution. So when you notice that you have 3 terms, 1, 2, 3, and the exponents go 4, 2, and 0, what you're going to do is you're going to change the x squareds to u. So what I could say is this is the same as u squared because it's 2 less. This is the same as u because, again, 2 less. And then no x is still going to stay the same. It just stays as nothing because it was nothing. I'm substituting nothing. What I did is I changed x to the 4th to u squared. So that would be basically a different way to look at it is x squared, which is x to the 4th. Here, this would have been 9, and then substitute the x squared in, and that's where the u's come in. So it still simplifies to the same. Now what you could do is do your normal x. A times c, so that's 1 times 14. That adds to a negative 9. So what are the factors that multiply to 14 and add to negative 9? Hope you guys were thinking negative 7 and negative 2. So I go and plug that in. That's u minus 7 and u minus 2. You're almost done. The only thing is you need to remember that we said u was x squared. So now I'm going to go and write this as x squared minus 7 and x squared minus 2. And I can look if this could be factored anymore, but it can't. So we are done. Pause the video. Try this next one. Okay, so let's see if you got it right. So again, we're going to notice I have 3 terms, a fourth power, second power, nothing. So I'm going to say u is x squared, and I'm going to change this to 2u to the second minus 4u minus 16. So now I can do the x. 2 times a negative 16 and that is negative 32, and we want that to add to a negative 4. So what are the factors of negative 32 that add to negative 4? So hopefully you guys were thinking negative 8 and positive 4. So this would be u minus 8 and u minus plus 4. Now we have to remember that a was not 1. So we have to divide by a, which is 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 4 divided by 2 is 2. And we're almost done. Before we could be done, we have to remember that u was x squared. So I have to go plug x squared back in. And then I realize that this cannot be factored more. So I am done. Okay, so now what I would like you to do is pause the video again and see, can you do this last example? Okay, so on this last example, first thing, we're going to write this as 3u squared. minus 11u plus 10. So again, if we do our x, a times c is 30. That adds to negative 11. Hopefully you were all thinking negative 6 and negative 5. So that is going to be u minus 6 and u minus 5. Again, divide by a. And u minus 2, because 6 divided by 3 is 2. Can you divide 5 by 3 without getting a decimal? Nope. So you're going to slide that out in front. And you are almost done. What's your last step? Correct. You have to remember you said u equaled x squared. So now you have to plug x squared back in. This cannot be factored anymore, so you are done. Good job.